Hello, crafty friends, and welcome to Knitcast. It is, let's see, I believe you'll be seeing this on June 30th. I'm trying to record a bunch of stuff, so I don't, yeah. It's June 29th as I'm recording this. I think you'll see this June 30th. Welcome to Knitcast. My name is Jessie, and this is Mislaid Pages, and I am happy to see you again. I'm sorry, I keep messing with this thing in the middle, but I'll show this to you in a second. So it's been a minute since we were here for a knitcast. I've had some stuff going on in the family life. I think I'm maybe going to do a whip in chat very soon to talk about some of that stuff. I'm not going to get into it right here, right now. If you're following on Patreon, you know what the deal is, and thank you so much for your support in all the ways that you support me over on Patreon. If you're not over on Patreon, you're welcome to check that out. I don't have tiers at the moment. I just have a general Patreon. So at any level that you support, you'll get access to all the Patreon exclusive stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in, just a little plug there. So yeah, I haven't done a knitcast in a week or two, but I was kind of trying to do this every other week now because it seems that I'm not knitting enough to to do a whole video every single week. But since the last time I did a knitcast, I have done a lot of knitting. I've been doing almost nothing but knitting craft-wise for the last few days. Just trying to, it's been the thing that I've really been able to get into. I haven't been able to get into my cross stitching in the last several days, but I have done a ton of knitting. So this is probably a piece here, actually, before I get all into this. So I have a couple of whips to show you today. I don't have any purchases or haul to show you right now. If you I think by the time you see this, I will have already posted the Bridgerton knitting box opening. So I will be opening those for you probably sometime after July 1st. So there will be 8 skeins in that box, and I'm really, really excited about that. So that will be coming up. I'll also finish revealing the Summer Solstice Countdown yarns from Rebel Woolworks as well, but I'm not doing that today. I'll get into that in another video. Today, I just have a couple of whips to show you and some plans to talk about, and then we'll be done for the day. But yeah, so let's get into it. This is a whip you haven't seen in ages, and we're going to have a cat as well. Say hi to Luna. What you doing? I think she's telling me it's lunchtime. I've been filming for a while, and now she has decided to get into the middle of my filming. Interestingly enough, the way she's adjusted the light is making the color look better on this. So this is a work in progress you have not seen in a while. I'm going to pull the camera back here in just a second as soon as Miss Luna decides to get out of the middle of everything I'm doing. Are you going to settle? What are you going to do? And of course, she's just off camera, so you can't enjoy this. Okay, she's going to sit down. Okay, so I'm sure you cannot tell from this little bit, but this is my my start on the White Elephant mystery knit along from Forbidden Fiber Co's White Elephant box from 2020. So this is from December last year. I started it, and I have not worked on it in a while, but I kind of finished it. At least I finished the part of it that I'm going to do. So let me pull the camera up so you can actually see the whole thing. And there's a cat. Okay, so we need just a little bit more. Okay. So yeah. What do you think? So before I started working on it, I think I picked it out last Friday or Saturday. So I had knitted all the way up to the edge of this light purple. I'll hold it up so you can see. So I had knitted up to the edge of that white purple. So the part that I finished is actually this reddish brown color on the edge. I finished that edge. So decent bit of stitching, especially because at this point in the pattern, okay, and now we're going to have a cat full on him. What are you doing? Can you not be on my knitting? Luna, no. No, get off the knitting. Okay. um, what was I saying? Oh, so by the time I got to these outside edges, there's actually like 400 stitches on the needle. So this is a good bit of knitting. Um, and it's all curled up and stuff. And as you can see, it's also puffing up in the center here. I'm really hoping that when I block it, and I'm gonna have to stretch it a lot to block it, I think, but I'm really hoping that when I block it, that will get that puff out of the center. But it does seem like this yellowish section is less stretchy than that center section. So it's going to be interesting. I had thought I might block it before I did the video, but obviously I have not. So what am I going to do with it now? Because actually the pattern that came with these yarns is 3 of these that are then knitted together somehow. I didn't read those instructions. Ultimately, and I'll be completely honest with you, ultimately what I decided is that this middle start piece here was more annoying than I wanted to deal with, and the overall finished product was not visually interesting enough for me to want to continue doing it. So in fact, this is supposed to have one more round, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. So I finished out this color, and I barely had enough of this to finish, barely. So I don't even know how I would finish one more round on this, because it took an entire mini skein almost to do this outside round. So anyway, so yeah, so technically there's supposed to be, according to the pattern, there are 3 more sections of this that you then put vertically together. And then you have a shawl. What I have decided to do is I'm going to block this out, and I think I want to turn it into a pillow, or a pillow case, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to make it into a pillow. So I'm going to block this out, and once I figure out how big it is blocked out, I'm going to figure out how to do the back. I think I'm going to knit the back. I'm going to knit a second piece, and then I will stitch them together somehow. I haven't decided yet how that's going to happen. Whether I'm going to just like bind them together along the edges, or whether I'm going to actually create a strip of knitting that will make it more 3-dimensional. But that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to block this out and see how big it is, and then I'm going to figure out how to knit a back that is the same size, and then I'm gonna have a knitted pillow, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and the cats will not be allowed to lay on it, which I think they're gonna be sad about. But so that's a sort of finish. So that's part of a whip finished. And I'm noticing now it's not real. I guess that's part of how I'm holding it. So it should be relatively easy to block since it's a square piece. Or it's ultimately supposed to be square, but we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully my blocking mats are actually big enough to block the whole thing. So yeah, that's what we have. The fun thing is I can fold it like this, and it's a nice little triangle. So it actually, if it lays flat this way, I should be able to get it to lay flat the other way, right? I mean, is that how that works? So let's get in closer here, and you can see the stitches. So there's some interesting stitches going on here. This has sort of a keyhole thing happening. I really enjoyed this part. And this is a basket weave looking kind of stitch, which I really loved. I hated this one, which is the same as is on the outside here. I hated it. I hated it a lot. So this is a make knot stitch. And I don't know if you're familiar with that, but essentially what you do is you take 3 stitches that are on your needle, and you knit the 3 stitches together, but before you slip those off the needle, you then purl those 3 stitches together, and then you knit them together again, all without pulling the stitches off the needle. Hate. I got much better at it by the time I got to this edge piece, but not a fan. Not a fan at all. This is that basket weave again, which I really like. I just like the texture of it. So that is the white elephant. I can't remember what the actual pattern is called. It's an Afifa Knits pattern, but it was from the White Elephant 2020 box from Forbidden Fiber Co. So these were their mystery Christmas yarns, and I can't remember all of the colors now. This was sausage and cheese basket. I think they were all named after like bad gifts. This one is Snuggie, I think. I loved that one. This one is Picture Frame. I can't remember what this one is, or this one for that matter, but they have fantastic names. Leanne is so creative. So yeah, so there is my white elephant square that is going to become a white elephant pillow. Because that's how we do. So and then because I finished up with some of those yarns, and because I'm getting very, very close to being finished with my Secret Life of Cats and Dogs, I decided I wanted to work on my inauguration celebration shawl. So this was an Afifa Knits pattern. Inauguration celebration is a pattern from Casapinka. Originally put out as inauguration consolation when our last president was inaugurated, and then re-released as inauguration celebration when our current president was inaugurated. So I started this on inauguration day, and it's been a while since I brought it out. So and I'm basically using leftover yarns from other projects that I've worked on, and I just realized that the camera been in frame all this time? It probably has. Whatever. So what I started with is a gray yarn from my mixtape cowl mystery knit along set. So that is from Paisley Pearl, and she is based in Stafford, Virginia. This white speckle is from that same set. It was one of the mini skeins. And then this is Snuggie. That's the leftovers from my White Elephant 2020. And then this is the lighter pink from the mixtape cowl. And then, and then, and then. Okay, everything is kind of, okay. It's all tangled together. Okay, so this dark brown, let me get a little bit closer. This dark brown here, that is Picture Frame. Again, that's from Forbidden Fiber Co., the White Elephant box. Now we have this dark purple, so that's the darker pinky purple from the mixtape cowl. These two colors went together. So there's some strands of that. And then, actually, sorry to keep moving the camera back and forth. I'm trying to make sure you can see as much as possible. So as you can see, I had started this purpley kind of color, and that's where I stopped the last time I knitted. This is actually an accurate progress marker, which is rare for me. Let me see if I can try to, okay, that's why I usually have it over here. I was trying to remember. So usually I forget to move my progress keepers, but this time I actually have an accurate one. So I had done this purple, then I pulled in that last little bit of red. You can see it's only like 2 or 3 rows. I pulled in that last little bit of red from the Forbidden Fiber Co. 2020 White Elephant, and then I went back to the rest of that purple. And that was supposed to be the rest of my color 2, which was supposed to blend into the next, but I ran out of that before color 2 was supposed to be finished. So then I've tried to keep in sort of the same color family as I'm going. And so once I finished that, I picked up with this orangey, this is the sausage and cheese basket from Forbidden Fiber Co.'s 2020 White Elephant. So that's what this color is. The lighter contrasting color is the first of my leftovers from the Ruby and Roses 2020 Advent set. So that's a lighter kind of mauve-y lavender color that I brought in, and then up here at the edge here, I ran out of sausage and cheese basket, so I have a darker pink maroon kind of color from Ruby and Roses that I have connected into sausage and cheese basket. So it's still a little bit of contrast. It's not nearly as much as here, obviously, but we've still got a little bit of contrast, and that's where I am with that. So I've just gotten into, I believe section 2 of the pattern starts right about here, where that first row contrast is. So I'm in section 2 of 4. And you can see I've gotten quite a bit of progress. This is mostly what I've been doing the last few days. It's just knitting on this. It's really simple, and this is actually really squishy. You can tell it's mostly a garter stitch. There are these rows of there's a couple of rows with some slip stitches that add some visual interest. I don't know how well you can see, but you got some garter rows, and then you've got this fun row with the slip stitches, and that continues, hiccups all of a sudden, continues on through here. And then, so in this section, you have the contrasting color with the slip stitches, which is creating that little pop in there. So it's turning out really interestingly. So if you have not been watching since January, when I started this inauguration celebration, pardon the jumpy camera, I just want to pull back so you can actually see a little bit better. So if you haven't been following since I started back on inauguration day, my whole purpose with this not only was to use it as a way to take up all those extra yarns, because a lot of these mini skein patterns actually only use a portion of a 10 or 20 gram skein, so there's leftovers, and so I wanted to have something where I can use all those leftovers, but I also really wanted it to be I wanted to use those for this piece, because I want this to be an amalgamation and a blend of all different colors and styles of yarn, to kind of show, or to kind of symbolize, the unity I would love to see in our country. So this idea that we can all blend together and work together and create something beautiful is to me very powerful and symbolic. I don't know if it'll actually turn out that way. I'm a little nervous with the way the colors are turning out here. This sausage and cheese basket color is a little bit more brown than I would have liked. I might have wanted to like put it in here with this red stripe, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think I don't want to stick too much with one yarn dyer's colors throughout, because I do want to have a lot of mix of things. And you can tell here that, there's a certain kind of feel to these colors, and it's going to be very different than the feel of the Ruby and Roses color. So I want to do a little bit of Ruby and Roses and then come back with something else, but I have to finish something else to have more leftovers. So I do have a few more of the paisley and pearl colors. There's a green and a blue that came with this set too. I still have those that I'll probably work in, but I'm also kind of trying to do a rainbow gradient. I'm trying to do a lot of different things with this, and it all hinges on having leftovers. So we'll just see how it turns out. We'll just see. It'll be interesting. But I plan on doing these kinds of projects ongoing, because I'm going to continue knitting. I'm going to continue using all different kinds of colors from different dyers. And I'm going to continue trying to find projects where I think that will get highlighted, because there's going to be extras. That's just how things work. So I think I'm at a point now where I might take a break from this. I do want to finish my Secret Life of Cats and Dogs, and I'm on section 23, so I only have 2.5 sections left, essentially. So I do want to finish that, and then I think very, very soon, I keep saying this, but I think very, very soon, I'm actually going to be casting on something new. And I feel like I'm much, much closer to that than I have been, because one, I got this off the needles. So I got a thing off the needles. I'm getting very, very close to having a second thing off the needles. And there's fun stuff coming up. So I've already talked about the Casapinka and Lady Dye Yarns 10th anniversary collaboration MCAL that's coming up, Mystery Knit Along that's coming up. I believe the pattern is going to be called Talk to the Paw. And it's going to be it's going to be a small scarf or cowl that will be able to be finished with 100 grams of 100 grams of yarn. So you can, it's designed for 5 mini skeins, but you could also use one 100-gram skein of fingering weight yarn. I'm going to do mini skeins because I have mini skeins, so many mini skeins. And so I'm jumping at the chance for a pattern that is designed specifically for mini skeins, 20-gram mini skeins. That pattern is coming out for folks that that purchase the kit from Lady Di Yarns. I think they're hoping to excuse you. I think they're hoping to mail that out shortly. I'm not sure. I didn't order that kit, so I did see an update on Instagram. So if you did order the kit and you're wondering where it is, check out Lady Di Yarn's Instagram because they did update recently when they expect to have those shipped. Hopefully she's not messing with my mic. But the pattern, the separate pattern, if you didn't buy the kit, should be released around July 12th. I believe the 12th is the correct date, but I can't remember specifically. Regardless, it's going to be available directly from Casapinka. Pardon the cat butt. It's going to be available directly from Casapinka. I'm going to buy the chart, the pattern, and I'm going to knit it on my own because I didn't need to buy more mini skeins. I have plenty of mini skeins. So I think what I've decided is that I'm going to use, I'll hold it up in this camera first. I'm going to use, I can't remember which month this is. This might be April's month from Little Bish's Stitches, Luna. It's apparently lunchtime. The cats want lunch. Or at least Luna does. Luna, can you not? Can you not, please? Can you come here? Let's get off the table for a second. Okay. This might be April's set from Little Bish's Stitches Mini Things in Life Club. I can't remember when I actually received this, but I think this is the set that I'm going to use. Because it is bright and colorful and it has some purple and stuff. I was going to use the one that's called the Woodland Forest or In the Forest because it had a lot of purple and some brown, and I really kind of liked the color combos. But when I was looking at it again today, I decided that it's a little more somber than I really wanted. I liked the purples and the greens and the browns together, but it's just the few images I've seen and some of the other color combos I've seen for this particular pattern have been brighter and more vibrant, not vibrant, but more summery, more fun, that kind of thing. So I've decided that that I think I'm going to go with this. So that is pending the arrival of my June installment of the Mini Things in Life Club, which, fingers crossed, will be here before I'm ready to start the pattern. There's a decent chance. I think she is, Catherine, I believe, is running a little bit late getting it shipped out, but I believe she's intending to get it shipped out by the end of June, which is tomorrow. Or today, depending on when this gets posted. Regardless, I believe she's going to be shipping those out soon, which means that there's a decent chance I'll get it in time to start using that yarn. So I'm not gonna cake this up yet. I'm gonna wait and see, because there's some possibility that the June installment I might like better. I just don't know. I won't know until I see it. So, but this is tentatively what I'm planning on using for the Talk to the Paw mystery knit along for Casapinka and Lady Di's 10th anniversary. I think it's Lady Di's 10th anniversary, but it's their collaboration. So that's coming up in the middle of July. And then in August is Casapinka's annual mystery knit along, which I had purchased. I'll show you. I had purchased these fantastic colors from a local dyer in Richmond. So I showed these before as well. I have this set of 4. I think the new mystery knit along that Casapinka is doing, she does this every August. So last year it was the Sharon Show. That was the mystery knit along. I think it's going to take 4 colors. It's going to be a four skein project. So this just happens to be 4 skeins, and the colors are kind of washed out here. But we have this gorgeous deep purple, this sort of teal blue, this magenta, and this gray. And I was trying to figure out, I was planning on using it for a Casapinka project of some sort, but I hadn't really settled on what. So this might be the mystery knit along for August. This might be the yarn that I use for August. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to figure out what the vibe is and what I feel like, but you know, this is a color combination already put together. So we'll see. So yeah, so those are knitting plans for July and August. I don't know what else I'll get into, but I'll continue working on projects that I have. And I'm going to be traveling soon. So I'll probably take some knitting with me, so I might get some more progress in. Otherwise, it might be a few weeks before, and she's back. It might be a few weeks before I have some knitting project progress because I'll be traveling and I won't be making videos while I'm traveling. So. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're having the best day and week and month that is available to you. July is right around the corner, so I hope you have some fun plans for the summer. Oh, and happy summer solstice to those of you who celebrate. I did miss that. I was hoping to be able to make a video. Luna is loving the camera now. So let me go and feed this cat. And let you go, and I will see you again soon. Until then, make sure you stay hydrated, especially in this hot, humid, nasty weather. It's hotter in places than it ever has been, and places that are not used to the heat. So if you are in one of those places, please take care of yourself. Please get cool and stay cool as well as you can. Stay hydrated, especially. Take all the meds that you need to take, and remember that you are enough. I love you all, and I'll see you soon.